Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. All right, we're good. Welcome to take 2 in regards to the most recent updates in regards to the Agape boarding school situation, which means, yes, we're going back to that horrible world known as the Agape boarding school, but first, the usual disclaimers. I never have so much trouble in all the videos I do, and I attack the JRC relentlessly, literally on a daily basis. Also have gone after AH, but it's always Agape that I always have all the technical issues on the planet when trying to do these videos. Interesting, isn't it? Well, anyways, I don't care. I'll fight through every single last one of them if I have to get this news out. So if there's any glitches in this video or it starts giving me Darth Vader voice, I'm not going to re-edit it. Just no apologies, all right? Okay, so folks, usual disclaimers. In the description box, you are going to see the links to every single news article, news report, and Google listing, tweets, what have you. You're going to find all of that we've gone over on this channel in regards to the Agape boarding school situation. If you could, please go ahead and click all those articles and share on all your social media. We also have linked the change.org Shut Agape Boarding School Down petition. Please sign and also share that on all your social media as well. Send out to everyone. It's happening out here in Missouri, but this is happening to kids from all over the United States. So please do so, okay? And what is the Agape boarding school situation? Well, the Agape boarding school situation is in regards to a boarding school based out of Stockton, Missouri, Christian themed, of course, where they take in troubled male teens. That has, and currently pending, as far as we know, although it looks like more is coming out, 21 lawsuits alleging sexual abuse, physical abuse, minor exploitation, starvation, amongst many others. So, we have currently one staff member arrested by the FBI, a former doctor on residence who is up on multiple charges of sodomy and sexual abuse against the students there. And that's just for starters, folks. So please take a look at those, all right? Also, for those who follow me for Agape, we have another school that we have been trying to close down for over 30 years. Yes, we're talking about the Judge Rotenberg Center, the subject of the Stop the Shocks campaign, where they use electric shock, painful skin shocks, with a device invented by Matthew Israel. May he live in infamy. A shock device that runs on 45 milliamps. That is over 3 times that of a police taser. And we include in every link to the Agape situation, because we're fighting all schools like this, the pertinent links to that Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, or as I like to call it, over 3 decades of receipts. We also have the templates and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. Folks, when we discuss schools like Agape and the JRC, you're going to catch clips or surveillance footage of and descriptions of students with disabilities, mental health issues, and troubles being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones. Also, This channel is marked 18 and up for a reason. We do use profanity as well as talk about dark subjects. If your kids are under the age of 18, parental advisory is highly advised, okay? Also, it is 10:22. This is my second attempt, so I'm a little pissy. So if I stumble over my words, folks, apologies in advance, all right? So this came out this morning. This is from the Kansas City Star. Missouri AG says new abuse allegations at Agape boarding school are immediate safety concern. We're going to be talking about restraints, folks. Improper restraints, to be exact. Something that is to be known to be a killer, especially in the autistic community. We have people who die from improper restraints every year, and you have staff members who aren't even trained using this method. What possibly could go wrong? Lord help us all. Moving on. So let's go through the news article. We'll get into it here. Current students at Agape boarding school told Missouri child welfare workers in recent days about extensive ongoing abuse they said that boys are enduring, according to a proposed petition included in court motion filed Monday. Now remember, these are the DSS officials that are overseeing the school while we're waiting to see if the judge will do the right thing and close them down. One boy was handcuffed for 2 weeks, students told the Children's Division employees. Another ended up with his arm in a sling, students said, from an overzealous restraint. It's real easy to cause horrific injury, by the way, when you're doing restraints. Just saying. And yet another lost so much weight after being demoted to Browntown, a designation given to the lowest level at Agape, where manual labor is required and meals are reduced. Imagine, labor is increased, but meals are reduced. What do you think that's going to have on a growing adolescent's physiology? Yeah, think on it. That he reportedly resorted to stealing food to keep from starving. Those revelations were attached to a motion filed Monday by the Missouri Attorney General in an effort to provide the court with additional information in a quest to shut down the Cedar County school near Stockton. Much of the information in the proposed amended petition comes from the interviews with nearly a dozen current students. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Sorry, folks. This is what I mean by difficulties. Back to where we were. Those revelations were attached to a motion filed Monday by Missouri Attorney General in an effort to provide the court with additional information in a quest to shut down the Cedar County school near Stockton. Much of the information in the proposed amended petition comes from interviews with nearly a dozen current students who approached the Children's Division employees while they were at the school monitoring for safety. We've already gone over that. Oh, for God's sake. Sorry about that, folks. See what I mean? They really don't do this on any of my other videos, but every time I do it on Agape, yeah. Let me try that again. Those revelations were attached to a motion filed Monday by the Missouri Attorney General in effort to provide court with additional information in a quest to shut down the Cedar County school near Stockton. Much of the information in the proposed amended petition comes from the interviews with nearly a dozen current students who approached the Children's Division's employees while they were at the school monitoring for safety. I'm going to say that again. I'm sorry for reading this so many times, folks, but I'm fighting these fuckers. Fuck you, Agape. Those revelations were attached to a motion filed Monday by the Missouri Attorney General in an effort to provide the court with additional information in a quest to shut down the Cedar County School near Stockton. Much of the information proposed amended the petition comes from interviews from nearly a dozen students who approached the Children's Division employees. Oh, Jesus Christ. For safety. Here we go. As soon as the office received new evidence that further proves that there is an immediate health or safety concern for the students at Agape boarding school, we have filed a motion for leave to file a second amended petition that details that new evidence, said Chris Duell, spokesman for the AG's office. Our fight to protect the students at Agape boarding school continues on. According to a Missouri Supreme Court rule, the Attorney General's office... Oh, for fuck's sake. Did you really freeze me again? Why won't you let me do this video? This is getting ridiculous. All right, folks, sorry about those technical difficulties. Let's go back again. As soon as the office received new evidence that further proves there is an immediate health concern or safety concern for the students at Agape boarding school, we have filed a motion for leave to file amended petition that details the new evidence, said Chris Newell, spokesman for the AG's office. Our fight to protect the students at Agape boarding school continues on. Of course you did. Of course you did. Back to where we were, folks. According to Missouri's Supreme Court rule, the Attorney General's office and the Department of Social Services were required to file the motion with the court in order to get... Oh, for God's sake. Back to where we were. According to Missouri Supreme Court rule, the Attorney General's office and the Department of Social Services were required to file the motion with the court in order to get permission to amend their petition a second time. Now we're going to move over to here. since they kept refreshing and changing everything, alright? So basically, what we are being shown here, remember when the judge was wondering, is there a pertinent and an immediate threat to the students? Well, obviously there is. And obviously, there is going to be even more lawsuits filed in regards to Agape. Who's surprised? Not this girl. What I want you to take away from this is every time they find a reason to stall, receipts. Every time they find a reason to give Agape more time, receipts. Anytime they try to shut down a survivor from being able to testify, receipts. There's something going on at this school. There is a horrific abuse going on at this school. And it's just now that the Attorney General decided to take the thumb out of his ass and actually decide to do something. Pressure on him and the fact that he knows there's going to be people like me coming for his ass if he doesn't do something. And now it's been made completely clear to him that we're not going to take any half-assed actions and call it good. Maybe we might actually be able to get somebody to do something and get this school closed the fuck down. Restraints cause multiple deaths every single year. Us in the autistic community are all too familiar with it. Very much so. Adversive punishments, what they call it over at JRC, and what they're doing at Agape would be considered aversive punishments, cause deaths. Again, ask that school about it. So, is there still an immediate threat? You better bet your ass there is. We need pressure. These kids come from all over the U.S. to this school. I'm begging you, go to those links, share them on all social media, shine and share the shit out of that petition. We need to close all schools like this down for good. These are nothing but the descendants of the institutions of old. And they still have within them the same horrific abuse, exploitation, experimentation, and heavy-handed abuse that the institutions did that got them closed down. Just because you want to call yourself a school and either put yourself out on a ranch or look like a horrible acid trip gone to Disney and gone horrifically wrong doesn't mean you're still not actually an institution. And I'm going to go ahead and close out on that. But before I do, I apologize again about all the technical difficulties in regards to these videos that I do on Agape. In all the videos that I do, and remember, I go after and attack the JRC daily. In fact, that's going to be my next video after this one. I do not suffer from near the amount of technical difficulties as I do with Agape. So, yeah, at first I thought maybe it might be my computer, but considering it continues to go on, yeah. But I'm going to keep doing it anyway and soldiering on. Unfortunately, folks, I do not have an edit button, so I'm sorry for all the freezes throughout this video. I am going to double check and make sure before I put this out that they didn't close off my voice from talking to you or from reading the article, just in case I have to give it go number 3. You're going to find the link to the article we just read today, by the way, in the description box as well, so please share that on all your social media. I do appreciate your time today, and as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. I'll see you again in a few minutes, all right? All right, bye-bye.